What up, gang? So I got the boat on the trailer. Now I'm going to do some heavy duty removable brackets for heavy trolling for big game. So what I did is I ordered 8 pieces of 1/4 inch L aluminum, 2 pieces 12 by 16 1/4 inch aircraft grade aluminum, more corrosion resistant and hardened. So what I'm going to do is put 2 L brackets on the transom like so and mount them after I cut it. 2 of the same on the aluminum floor and mount it. And then what's going to happen is the aluminum plate is gonna, once I cut the angles, it's gonna slide in like so to the floor and the transom piece, and then I'm gonna pin it through it. Or if you want a permanent solution, you just use nuts and bolts, which I might do it first. But if we start collapsing the boat for transportation or storage, then I'm gonna do the pins with the push button. So what I gotta do now is figure out this angle to cut the transom slope into the aluminum. I cut out for this and round this off so my knee doesn't hit it. And then I got heavy duty 9-inch swivel butt side mount rod holders that I'm gonna mount over here. They're on the way now from eBay. Everywhere was out of them. I'm gonna do one here, one here, and then I'm gonna have the swivel mount here resting up against there, and then I'll stick some padding in there. I'll record the progress. I did this on another boat. Everyone liked the idea, wanted to see it. So here's the new inflatable. It's a 12.5 heavy duty Alico, and then I got a CE Smith trailer from West Marine. I just mounted it. We go way offshore here in Hawaii. You can check out my other videos. We got off similar boats, triple Marlin hookups, Aku, 25-pound mahi-mahi, and then I got a 4-stroke Yamaha 20 horse. Alright, I'll video the progress and I'll show you how I'm doing this. I think I'm only in maybe a little less than $100 in aluminum, and it's all 1/4 inch heavy duty. It's hard to get stuff on the island, so I had to order everything off Amazon, the only one that had free shipping. And I just see my phone just switch to a different angle. Let me see what's going on. And then you're gonna put it in here and fit it. And to get this angle perfect, you're just gonna have to mark and make adjustments. So I need to come off the top here where it's off a little bit. And then this is gonna go here, and I'm gonna mount it to the transom and the floor. The side mount swivel rod holder is gonna go here. This thing's not gonna go anywhere. You can run up to 130 reels heavy drag. It's connected to the floor and the transom. All the pressure from the fish is gonna be this way, so it's gonna be held onto the floor, and it's gonna hit this, so it's gonna be crazy strong for big Hawaii fish. Alright, back to trimming. Alright, we're back with the progress. I got the angles measured out, and I roughly cut it out with a saw. You can either use a cutoff wheel if you have one, or you can use a sawzall with a fine-tooth metal blade, clamp it down to the table like I did here. and I just roughed did the rounded corners and then the angle cut, and then you're going to come back through after. Get one of these mandrels. I'm going to link the metal to where I got it on Amazon, and these sanding discs. These are coarse aluminum oxide sanding discs. They're kind of expensive, about $1 each. Get the coarse ones, gray or red, coarse. And then I'm going to come back through and round all the corners and just clean up all the metal so it's not rough. And then mark all your stuff so when you put it together, you know what's what. And then you just take this pad and you just want to round it off. If you're working with aluminum, you should wear a respirator or at least a good mask dust. I've worked with metal my whole life, and now they say it causes Alzheimer's and other problems, so wear your protective equipment. Alright, I'm gonna get at it and I'll show you an update how to install it and mount everything. Alright, so we're doing this on another boat, but it's the same exact setup, same angle, everything. So this boat already had the U-bolts for the transom. Take these off, pick up the holes on the angled L bracket. Once you get that done, and you have this, what you're going to have to do is get everything lined up how you need it to drill your holes. So you're gonna have to drill 1 to 3 holes here to mount it, and then 2 or 3 holes for this bracket, and then this bracket gets mounted to the floor with blind pop rivets and 5200. So what I need to do is get this clamp down where I want it, and use this for the spacing. Make sure you keep it flush to the transom. And then I might have to trim out a little more for this splash guard so it doesn't cut it. This one's gonna need trimmed. And it needs to come up more. So after you clamp it so you know it doesn't move, it's best to just make a line. So you know it doesn't move. Once you take this off, and you take this with this to drill your 3 holes to do true bolts. Same on this one. had a mark in the middle where you want to put your holes for the hardware. I think 2's okay. If you want to go overboard, do 3. If this thing comes off, you got bigger problems. And might need longer transom mounts, because once I added this, I only have a few threads, so I might have to get longer transom U-bolts. Alright, this one's almost done. It's painting, and then I'm about to start this one. Probably, I don't know, probably took like 2 hours, 3 hours for this one. Drilling all the holes and making sure it's all lined up. Alright, on to the next spot. Alright, in case you don't know what I'm talking about, a rivet tool. It's for a blind area like the hole I'm doing. So this is 3/16 size, and then they come in different lengths. You have to match up the length to the material you're working with, because this comes down and crushes into this to expand. If it's too short, it's not going to work right, and if it's too long, it's going to be loose. Also, here's that spring tool I was talking about to set your depth of a drill bit. It's like a drill stop. And I'm going to see if this rivet gun works, pop rivet gun from Home Depot I grabbed real quick because I'm waiting on a heavy duty one. So I'm going to see if this works. So what happens is when you squeeze it, it's supposed to, let's see if I can do it one-handed. It pulls down that top part into the bottom and squishes it. Let me see. Alright, project update. Got this piece painted. The brackets are installed stiff. So then what you're going to do, I had to make the transom mounts longer to accept the extra 1/4 inch. I picked them up at West Marine. You're going to mock this up tight before you drill the floor. Make sure it's tight against the transom. Make sure these 3 bolts are tight. Make sure these 2 mounting bolts are tight, and then make sure everything's lined up square before you drill the holes for the transom for the pop rivets. I went ahead and already installed the heavy duty swivel rod holder from Tigress. That's all done. This is all tightened up. I'm just going to drill these, and then same thing. When you drill these holes, first of all, put a spacer on your drill bit. There's 2 floors, and you obviously don't want to go through the bottom of your boat, or you're going to have a big issue. Or you could patch it, but they have spacers you can put on your drill bit, or if you're really good, just set it up however you need to. Just go through this floor, no farther. Then I'm going to take it off, clean out any material, 5200 underneath, and then put in the blind fastener pop rivets, and then secure them, retighten all these up, and bingo bango, done. The white color looks really good, minus all the fingerprints and dirt. Project's going along smooth. Alright, let's go. Alright, after I lined up those holes for the transom, I drilled them. And what you're going to want to do, make sure, because the metal makes edges, you're going to want to use a deburring tool and get these off. If the deburring tool doesn't do it, just use a sanding disc, and then make sure you get this back flush again. You don't want these rough edges on there, it'll cut into the other aluminum. Alright, I'm going to start cleaning it up. Alright, if you don't have a deburring tool, because the metal's so thick, you can just take like a 1/2 inch drill bit, the biggest you got, and just hit it real quick. It'll deburr it. You don't want to do this with thin metal because you'll lose some of the thickness. But with quarter inch, it's okay. It deburrs it, and then you can just hit that real quick with the sand pad. I'll take this off. So I did this exact same boat before a few years ago, and I did change these out to longer because that's all that's left once you add the metal. And I think I just ordered these new transom bolts on Amazon. Alright, so here it is. You want to use these C-clamps and then drill it. Start with the small hole, go bigger. And I think I'm using these, I think they're, I'll look up the size, I'll tell you. I don't want to tell you wrong. Alright. The reason you mark the line is because it can't get a clamp on the bottom while it's in position, and then it moves, so definitely mark it. Alright, next step. Alright, so next step, I'm going to rivet it in. So what I did, after I mocked it up and I drilled through there, careful not to drill the whole way through to the next floor. I put 5200, a little bit on the back of here, not much because it's not really needed. And then I 5200 the holes so it doesn't get water in here. There is a drain though, but I don't want it to get any water in it. And then I tried this weak rivet gun I just got, and it actually works for now. There you go. So that's how the rivet gun works. Got this one in and that one. Watch your eye. This one doesn't have the stopper. Shoot out. Take your eye out. This thing's not going nowhere. I can get 800-pound Marlin on that now. Yeah, let's finish him up. Alright, I think that's about it. If there's anything else I forget, I'll let you know. Like and subscribe. If you want, I can show you how I do the console with all the electronics and whatnot. And keep watching our fishing videos and travel videos. Alright, thank you. Peace.